Oh my God, I am late. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm late. We're gonna play this intro and we're gonna get into everything.
I can't put in the words how I feel. Where have you been? Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody else loves me. Nobody like you can even be nice. Every time I try, when I look in my eyes, you know I'm lying.
First of all, I was trying to go live on the iPad so I can see and answer questions on Facebook. It took a while because my iPad's not working. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all more of the story is I brought the iPad thinking, ooh, I can sit here and do all the same stuff because it's like a computer. Lies. So I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead. I decided that when I get my son his laptop, I will get mine, and we won't have to go through all of this shenanigans because I really want to share certain things with you guys with us watching it together, get more of an interaction. So next Saturday live, and we're gonna go from a bang. We're gonna go for Friday and Saturday. We're gonna keep it going and keep it the shenanigans going. We're gonna have more fun and do more. Listen, I'm new to this, I ain't true to this live thing. I didn't know. But we're gonna get into some tea today. Now, first I know y'all want to hear about this young lady here who has been crying and did a whole 2 hour interview. We'll get more into that. But first, before we get into those things, we need to get into this young lady here. So it is said that Jaguar Wright is recanting her story about the things that she said about Jay-Z. Now, word on the curb is, okay? And everybody knew that Jay Z had the legal situation going on with the victim in the lawsuit between him and Tony Busby. And I didn't want to talk too much about that because I wanted to get all my information before I come on here. And listen, we know Jay Z has done some things. We're not going to act like he hasn't. But like I said before, Jay Z has some tendencies. We're not going to act like he don't. But for him to be who he is and to drug people, some people think Jay Z is a nice looking man, so I don't understand that. But we're gonna get into that another time later, okay? But basically, when it came out, she had some things to say, and she was saying it was Jay Z. She did an interview with Piers Morgan, and basically, Jay Z lawyers sent it to Piers Morgan to say, "Hey, we're sending her a cease and desist. Please don't air this interview anymore. We're working on what we're working on behind the scenes, basically." So Jaguar Wright has been saying this stuff about Jay Z for years, right? And she would go on Storms Monroe, and did an interview. She did an interview with Tasha K. Her and Tasha K fell out. And then, she had her issues with Armand. Her and Armand got cool, did an interview. So she was shopping and doing interviews, and then Tasha K did an interview with her son, right? So all of a sudden, we get this with Storm Monroe on the live. And we're gonna play it and then be back with the other video and more commentary.
Yeah, I know what that felt like. I know what it feels like to be strapped to a bed with a man put a gun in your head and tell you sing, or he's gonna blow your brains out while he's raping you. That's what Sean Carter done to me.
Wow.
Shout out to Rachel89, and I didn't edit some of the things she said out. Now, fast forward, there's a word on the curve that Jay Z lawyers, the Carter lawyers, are suing her. She's been saying things about Jay Z and Beyonce. They're a nasty couple and all of this tea. Well, this is what she had to say, and it was very interesting.
The man that did that to me, his name was Trevor Green. He was
But you
Jamaican,
said Sean
and he was
Carter
a
in the
no.
video.
I did not. That was
Yes.
edited because that's what Sean Carter done to me. To me, the
You
man that
said
did that
Sean
to me.
Carter.
Hold on, before I finish these videos, cause we gonna redo this, cause I know it's alive, and I know she probably watching everybody at this point to see who talk about it. This is for fair copyright use and educational purposes only. Fair copyright use. Now back to the video.
The man that did that to me, his name was Trevor Green. He was
But you
Jamaican,
said Sean
and he was
Carter
a
in the
no.
video.
I did not. That was
Yes.
edited because
That's what Sean Carter done to me.
You said Sean Carter, and then you threw your bait. You said Sean Carter, and you threw your bait because you were so disgusted and you were so distraught from that story that you told.
Jaguar, right? You cannot sue that content creator. You can't. And don't try to strike my channel, baby. We in Dallas. I'll find you just like you'll find me. I'm gonna let you know that now. Don't play with me, girl. You know what's up. So Auntie was Auntie. We gonna call her Auntie. Auntie Jaguar Rock was out here saying, "Baby, that wasn't me." Baby Storm Monroe edited that. Auntie said, "Baby, that wasn't me. I didn't say those things. You keep those things up. I'm gonna sue all of you guys." That's exactly what she said. Auntie Jaguar Wright said, "I haven't been on no YouTube. I haven't been on all these shows. I haven't done those things." Jaguar Wright, yes, you have. Yes, you have, Auntie. We not gonna act like you did. Yes, you have. Jaguar Wright is an ex worker. Okay, she's a dominatrix, and a lot of people believed her because they felt like, oh, they probably host her for parties now. Here's the thing: when it comes to those type of work, you have to have the certain criteria for that. Okay, if you guys go on TikTok ex workers and full service to get those type, you don't now. We saw the big girl in Atlanta. She's doing her thing. That baby make about 3,000, $5,000 a night. I don't blame her. Do your thing. Ain't let me tell you something. We ain't shaming nobody over here that does things like that. But a lot of people believed it because they felt like she was at the party. I don't think they contacted Jaguar right at the party. Jaguar stays here in Dallas. Has he had some parties? She probably did go to a couple and he realized who she was, you know what I'm saying? And he said, "Oh, them your folks," and I feel like this with the other content creators. A lot of people saying, well, if she's such a worker, that type of worker, and she's been to them parties with her workers, then why didn't nobody check her? I have to agree because if you are the worker, they should be asking you questions too. I'm just saying, it's no shade. Allegedly, they should be asking you them questions. So a lot of people felt like Jaguar Wright was telling the truth because of her profession. She could be, she could not be, but I feel like because of the type, I think they already knew when she came out that her type of clientele with certain people now are not what it used to be. The clientele that Jaguar Wright was getting, she's probably not getting. And I think Jaguar Wright was trying to be Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead. Now, I don't know why y'all believed her and not Superhead. Because when them books came out, like I told y'all a long time ago, between 2004, 2005 through 2000, I think the last one was 2007. Corinne Stevens been telling us all of this since then, before there was a Jaguar Wright. So and the stories that she telling don't even sound similar to the stories that she told. And Corinne Stephens know what these people pings look like. She know what they all look like. She know what fetishes they like. I would take a Corinne Stephens approach of listening more to her than Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright heard what people said, but Corinne, we know for sure that she saw them pings and she breathed their air and she know what their tongue feeling look like. We're not gonna act like she don't. All right, so we're gonna move along because I know I'm late. Child, did y'all hear the new story, honey? Baby, let me tell you something. Akira and Devin ain't playing. Akira and Devin is not playing. If y'all ain't been on TikTok, y'all gotta go over there. Baby, let me give you the rundown before we get into the. So we was talking about them before, okay? Now remember, honey, I want y'all to keep up, and I want y'all to keep up well. You watch the replay. I know you're gonna gas. The tea is popping hot, and it's too full. So Brene, okay, that big titty Brene with the nails, right? She was married to Devin. Now Devin is the one with the dreads at the top. Akira was married to Tim. Now you see who she next to in that picture, right? Y'all stick with me because this is okay. I'm gonna give y'all the storyline before we get into Paloma, because Paloma gonna take all our time, majority. So Brene was married to Devin. Now around that time she was married to Devin, she has a twin sister named Corinne. Okay, everybody knew Corinne and Brene off TikTok. She was married to Devin. She started hanging with Akira. Akira, the pretty girl over there, like she got a fresh fake press. Okay, silk press, look fresh and set. Okay, so now, Kira was married to Devin. Stick with me, stick with me. I want you to stick with me and stick to the story because we're going to get into the tape. So, Tim and Brene had already had relations before. Now, remind you, okay, we're going to get into why this lawsuit is being out here with Devin and why he wants $3,000 a month. Now, Devin noticed that Brene was acting funny, acting weird, honey, acting all kinds of stranger things. And, he noticed she was spending more time with Akira and Tim. Now, Devin noticed that Brene would sit here and go, oh, I wouldn't talk. Well, she said that she would talk to her twin sister because she slept with Tim. Now, before Brene got with Devin, Corinne, baby daddy, is Brene, its boyfriend. Stick with me because they swap it all over. We're going to fast forward a couple of more months. So, Brene asked Devin how would she feel if he started dating Tim and all of this, right? And all of a sudden now we notice they got a divorce separated. Devin's not in the picture, but she hanging more around Tim. Akira done filed for divorce. Baby, in the meantime, I'm filing for the divorce. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Keep up with me. Brene decided to get her mama to sign some paperwork and get it notarized to say that they can go pick up that Tim's supposed to get the rights to Akira kids. Stay with me. Now, when Akira did her lawsuit, everything has been added. She wanted Brene finance. She wanted Tim finances because she was trying to get the financial support. She got her kids back. Now, Brene and Tim has been living together. Devin has lost the weight, got him a new girlfriend. Stick with me because it's going to get deeper. Word on the curb is Miss Brene done sent out text messages and cash outs have been trying to get Mr. Tim paying for food, dinner, and all them shenanigans. Saying what she'll do to him, how she fantasized with him, things of that nature. Stick with me. Now, in the court order that Akira, a lawyer, had sent out was basically it's court documents. It's not going to hurt her case, okay? But we talk about it. Brene is not supposed to have the kids' voice in her video, show the kids. Tim wasn't supposed to be showed until everything was over. Stick with me because it gets a little deeper. So everybody was asking Devin, was he going to file anything of that nature for the support? We're going to find out. Devin has filed his and said that he wants $3,000 a month. Okay, 30,000. She made 30,000 from social media. It's court documents. Let me tell you how it's court documents. In the court documents, they have to send over their financial payments and what everything else. Now, Akira did lose the financial part with Tim because of the fact is that Tim sent over his financials, but she can appeal and ask for them to go deeper. Now, her lawyer, she got a good lawyer, baby. She getting in there. But I think that the lawyer that she got is going to go deeper into his finances, but she can and look at his W-2s and transcripts. They can look that up, especially when it comes to financial support and child support. Okay, don't let nobody lie to you. So Devin said, I want to go ahead and file, and file my paperwork. So he filed it in and said that. Now let me tell you what Devin said in his thing. He said that Tim has been using him to get to Brene. He said, yes, Tim has slept with Corinne. And Corinne said, y'all believe in everything I don't know. It's court document. Tim has slept with Corinne. He had and been sleeping with Corinne. He slept with Corinne since 2019. That's when the kid was pregnant. Yep, that's what they said. Word on the curb. They also said that Corinne baby daddy is Brene's ex-boyfriend. But now remember, I told y'all a couple of lives back that a lot of people was assuming that Tim probably is the father of Corinne kids. And I say that makes sense because, you know, it makes sense in a way because if they've been sleeping with each other, the Corinne don't want to put the baby daddy on child support. Yeah, she don't want to do all that stuff because she has to get a DNA. Corinne baby daddy has been in and out her life, skipping the town, doing whatever. He does not help her with those two kids. So it started to dawn on me that Tim is disgusting. Brene, all of them are weird and disgusting. You know, It's funny how the mama come over here and say, Jesus Lord, and then your daughters are out here sharing men and getting impregnated by him. I, I, I could never share with my sister. Never. Okay? And then on top of that, Devin and Tim are really family. I don't know how this is going to work out, y'all, but I'm going to keep y'all updated because the more this come out, the more it's getting into it. Like, it, baby, the receipts are receding with this lawsuit. So come to find out, 2, 3 days later, they say that Brene done caught Tim texting Akira trying to talk to her. Girl, we're gonna move on. All right, y'all. This is what y'all really here for. I'm not trying to stay on this live long because this is gonna take all my time. First I wanted to do this a little earlier on, and I was trying to get my receipts. It's important things I wanted to discuss and talk about when it came to this young lady here. Okay, now we talked on Paloma. We talked on how um we know, we're gonna say this, we know that the children have been essayed. We know that for a fact. We're not gonna act like we don't know. We know that for a fact. But where we are now and where this can mess up a case and probably where the judge is at now, we're gonna go into it once we're done watching it. Um who touched the young children? That is the question. That's where we at now. Was it the husband or was it the son? Because remember, the niece said that the son touched the young children, the husband niece. Now, she decided to do an interview with Hardly Initiated. And a lot of people were saying that, I felt like she should have never did it. I felt like I agreed at first. I said, well, she had the right. I disagreed. I felt like certain things should have been talked about because I feel like, number one, this young lady has messed up her case and she has failed her children. We're going to get into how she failed her children. And watching this as a mother to a 14-year-old, she has pissed me off. Um, when I date, and I always tell young women that have children, when you date, you do not bring your children around them. You vet them long enough, or you stay single until they're out your care, okay, till they're in high school, college, whatever. And that's just best known. And I have done it. I've spent time by myself. I just don't allow people that I can't trust around my son. And if you notice, I've only had family and people that I consider family around my son. And the reason why is because I know for a fact that they're going to love and dote on my son like I do. And they're not going to have no harm towards my child. That's one thing. Another thing is a lot of people are feeling like she has not taken accountability with this interview because she did an interview with Hardly Initiated, and they did an interview with her, and a lot of people felt like they should have did their research. I agree, but I'm gonna tell you what the guy from my wifey podcast said, and I totally agree with him. And this is what he said, and this is so true. He said you can do an interview with a person, but they're gonna show, and the people are gonna notice these people. You don't have to say much, but they're going to know if they're faking it, and they're gonna tell on themselves in front of that camera to millions of people. They're gonna we have the capacity in our mind basically to know if somebody lying or playing us for trying to play with us. And I felt like she didn't lie about the children being essayed, but she took no accountability as a mother, and she's still using these children's stories for a cash grab. And I hate that for her. So she did an interview. Now we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna play the first part. Let me go here. It's a lot of questions to this interview. Let me make sure I have the right one. Let me
And we
see
give
what
you a
this is.
special discount live for 10% off.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Okay, that's it. Okay, before we get into that. So she decides to basically go on here, right? And she decides She decides to yes it is. What are you talking about? Hold on, y'all. She decides to basically part to y'all really, really bad because I want y'all to get this. It's an important part of this video I want you guys to have. And before I finish, I want this for you. I've been trying to get it because it's very, very important. Very, when I say very important, very important. And go on the show, they introduce her. Now, one thing I noticed that was very, very, very strange was she brought up something to get for her son. Now, I'm going to play, hold on. I'm about to play the video in a minute, but it's a part of this video I want you guys to get because it's very, very important. And she brought up her son more than once. I'm not sure if I have that video that she said something particular about her son, meaning we're gonna try to see if we got it because there's certain things I want you guys to pay attention to. And StreamYard is this is why I say I have to get a laptop, y'all, because StreamYard is such a headache without it. It really is. And I'd rather watch this live with you guys and get the important parts because I know I have people on here that are mothers that love their children and would do anything for their children. Um, walk to the ends of the earth, donate a heart, kidney, eyeballs, whatever their child need. You know, there are mothers on here that will be sperm donors for their children. Like the list go, not sperm donors. I'm sorry. What you call them? Surrogates for their kids. Mothers who would they got to sell a part for their babies. Like that's just a list of mothering that go on. Won't put themselves in positions to lose their children. And we've talked about this because we talked about Alexis Amora, who mm, chose what she felt like was best for her children instead of taking the time to do what she had to do as a mother. Okay? There's a difference between trying to make sure your child is, and a lot of parents feel like financially, but if you can build yourself up financially with your children, what the hell? Y'all can hear me? Oh my gosh. Hold on, you guys. This is so annoying. Trying to trim it. I'm still here, y'all. I gotta get a computer, yes I do. I gotta get a computer, how about you? I gotta get one. I gotta get one. I need one now. I need one now. I have to get one. Lord knows I'm trying to get this done with the live with y'all because I know I'm late and I'm trying to rush and get it together for y'all. But stream, y'all wanna be so Pacific. Pacific. And there's a part on here I want y'all to catch. It's so important because I want y'all to see it for yourselves. Oh my God, come on. My bad, y'all. It's an important part of this video that I want y'all to have, and it's still tripping. It is at 10 freaking minutes. Hold on, y'all. We gotta fix this because I want y'all to have this. If it, oh, this is so fuck. Oh, Jesus. Just gonna take that out. Try this one more time. One more time, y'all. Not we just gonna talk about it because I want it. This is why I want to have what you call it, so we can sit down and have these discussions because it's so very important. I don't want to do that. This camera was acting like something. This has been a problem all freaking night. So all freaking night. It's pissing me off. Hold on, you guys. I'm coming. I promise. While I'm waiting, I'm okay, y'all. While I'm waiting and trying to get this right, I'm gonna let this first clip play that I want y'all to pay attention to. Now be
And we
back.
give you a special discount live for 10% off.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the description. Another piece of your armor.
Fight the flesh is the mantra, guys, and this is the thing. We need a daily reminder to continue to remind us of all the things that we are fighting daily. And a lot of times you can have a list of all the things you got to overcome, and many times the main thing is yourself. So if you are on your own list, I know I am, then you absolutely need to get one of these. And my favorite thing is when we run into people that's wearing them and rocking them religiously. I just love that.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I need one for my son. I need one for my sons.
You know what?
We're going to send the whole fam one.
We gonna
We'll send the
send-
whole fam one.
We,
We can do
we
that.
sending the Fight the Flesh bracelets
A care
over
package.
to you, Isis. So we
Yeah.
got you. And
Like a good husband, but turned out to be just a monster.
I want to ask this because do you feel like that experience that happened at 8, obviously you had your first sexual experience at 13, you know, intentionally,
Yeah.
it sounds like. Did that experience at 8 years old, do you feel like that influenced that experience at 13? Did it hypersexualize you in a way?
I'm sure it's all connected. Because a creator that makes really good content just about, really, it seemed like how women could take their power back is how it felt. That's how it felt at the time.
Yeah. So that when you went from a place of not wanting marriage at all, and then you started to want marriage. Was she a part of the reason?
I believe that in perfect order, in perfect timing, and there's nothing that happens that he has not approved or seen. And unfortunately, our family, not just our family, but our family in public have, especially my daughters, have had to be sacrificial lambs in the result of what has happened.
Okay. So she basically said that they were sacrificial lambs. It would happen. A lot of people was like, "What? Why would you say that?" Now you saw what she said about her child, being her son. When she said, "Oh, I have to get that for my son," and a lot of people was like, "Okay, like why would you feel like you have to get that for your son, right?" So, and that's exactly what she said. Hold on, y'all, because I want this important part in here so freaking bad. And then, let's see, I cannot. Let's go with the kind of. Okay, I'll just tell y'all what she said, and I'll just do a video on it as a part two. So I'm gonna play a little clips of everything that happened. We back with more commentary.
Honestly, early on, not even a month, some girl, his ex, was showing up at the doorstep, and she was like, well, he was supposed to be with me because we got married so fast. So,
Wow.
you know, I guess she was maybe hanging around, or I don't know. And she looked very, very, very young. But she was of legal age. I think she was 21, a few years younger than me. But she looked like a child.
Wow. So that was pretty much his type for the most part.
I told him, how can you be attracted to her? Because she doesn't have a body or anything. She looks so young. And he was just like, he wouldn't really say much. But I'm like, well, I guess she is an adult. It's not illegal. I guess it's not weird.
You
but
asked
to
her,
me,
you
it's
asked her
odd.
age?
Well, yeah, she told me how old she was. She just came. We talked for a little bit, and it was, yeah.
I mean, she shows up at the house.
Yeah, he wasn't there. She was sitting on the step when I pulled up at home.
That was the first red flag. Okay. And then did it get progressively worse, or did it get better after that?
He was very controlling very early on. I remember actually the day we got married, I started seeing how insecure he was. He always thought I was looking at other men, like just imagining it seemed. Or maybe not even imagining it, maybe just trying to scare me into not ever thinking about doing it. I don't know.
And this is a man who has already expressed that he wants to grow a family. He wants to have children outside of the 2 young boys you already have.
Yes.
How would you describe your sexual relationship?
With him?
Correct.
Vanilla, normal. Seemed like a normal guy. He wasn't.
So nothing.
No, he just, like, I never would think that this man would do this stuff. He hid it so well. Even, you know, if I saw him watching adult videos, it was grown women that look like me. I'm like, okay, well, I guess you're thinking about me. That's okay. Nothing like that. Not at all. He already knows I don't play that because he knew, you know.
And was there any level of aggression or anything that ever became violent towards yourself? Like, did he ever have any of that energy towards you?
He never put his hands on me like that. No. Okay. He never put his hands on me. He was not physically abusive to me, but he was sexually abusive. I guess that is physically abusive.
Okay.
But when he first, what people have to understand is marital, I don't even know how to say it. Marital R word is never talked about. And it's a real thing. And I think I read it didn't even become illegal until something. So
an entire gender ever again.
It's not about that I believe I can't. I just don't know if I can take the chance. That's it.
Okay, I don't know what happened to my audio. So I found some of that what she said was a red flag. And now remember we talked about Sunday. Shout out to Sunday, and she's been doing the whole breakdown. The red flag I found was she said, "Hey, my son needs that bracelet." And I was like, "What?" The also red flag part of the interview was how they met. Now she basically talked about how they met. He was dealing with this young lady, and when he was dealing with this young lady, around the time and how her body looked, that was a red flag to me because I'm like, girl. She also talked about how they moved in quick and how he was okay with them getting married and all of that stuff. I know y'all went in on the best part. We finna get to it. I found a way to play the clip for y'all, and I'm gonna turn my camera on and rotate it around so you guys can see. Hold on.
Feel outside of the public eye. If God called you to tell your story, to expose the truth, then hallelujah for
That's
your
all I
obedience.
answered to.
You have.
I move forward. Hold on.
ATL here. So what's your question for us tonight, Dawn?
My question
I'm
is,
with him.
I
This is my
noticed the
question
woman
too.
said she saw the signs. So if you see the signs before your kids come into a picture, how much is this self-inflicted? Because me looking from that.
I said I didn't see the signs until after we were married already, so we were already invested as a family at that point.
What I'm hearing is that your kids, you had kids after you got married, right?
Yes.
So you said in the beginning of the marriage, I think in another video or maybe even a day, you said in the beginning of your marriage, he was pretty much sexually violating you. So what I'm seeing is that you knew that this man was offensive or abusive, but then you went on ahead and had kids with him. So that means that, for me, you put your kids in danger.
I think that that's the narrative that you want to put on the situation, but that's not the reality of what it was. And like I said, I was very heavily manipulated by scripture. He, would use it. He would gaslight me, and after I hadn't even I don't even know if I was pregnant yet after the last time it happened. So, and every other way, he was a good man. I didn't think that it was worth throwing my family away, or the family that we were trying to create, because he had done those things. And unfortunately, I didn't realize that.
Now, that's basically what she potentially said. Hold on, let me fix my thing. And a lot of people was like, how, a lot of people was wondering. A lot of people was wondering. I had a lot of people questioning. They were saying the same thing. Like, if that's the case, then, like, how would you allow that to happen? Now, hold on, did it come back? No. Hold on, y'all, because we're going to get into the end part with the therapist. And how it was some tea with the therapist. The therapist clocked the tea. Was it this one?
Feel outside of the public eye. If God called you to tell your story, to expose the truth, then hallelujah for
That's
your
all
obedience.
I answered to.
You have done
That's all
your
I answered
part.
to.
And now, perhaps, the time has come. If you have truly done your part, then go and heal and allow yourself to focus on you and your children now, and to come up with a plan for what you do before this man and now after this man, because he will be a part of you all's story for a lifetime. I would also say to anyone else who is out there, if you have found yourself triggered tonight, if you recognize that ISIS is telling your story, if you recognize that your story has yet to be told, get into somebody's chair. Let healing be possible for you. If you recognize that you are a person who at any point in your past or in your present has struggled with sexual feelings that you don't feel like are in your control, that don't feel the healthiest for you, whether it is around attraction to children, whether it is around power and control, or feelings of inadequacy or insecurity that cause you to show up in sexual ways that you are not proud of, recognize that healing is possible, and recognize that there are places that can help you understand you without judgment, and help you get to a place where you feel more whole and satisfied and secure. And so what I would say is, no matter where you stand on this, recognize that at the end of the day, you have to be responsible for you and be responsible for the children who are entrusted in your care. Educate yourself, know how to protect children, don't be afraid to have the conversations, and don't be afraid to enlist people like us to help you.
Wow. There we go. Thank you so much, Dr. Spirit, again for coming up on
My
here
pleasure.
and joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you here on Hardly Initiated. We love you. Go get you some sleep, because I know you need some after the kind of days
Long day.
that you be having over there. All right. So thank you guys.
Love you too, Dr. Spirit.
Everybody drop a love in the chat for Dr. Spirit. And man, Isis, I thank you as well, for coming up here, because I just know this took a lot. I know this is heavy. I know this is scary. It's a lot of people in the chat. It's a lot of people in your comments. It's a lot of people, giving their 2 cents in your life, on your children's life, on your entire family's life, at this point. So just curious. I mean, is there anything that, you want to say to the people before we go ahead and let you go?
I did this for the victims, and when I saw the victims in my comments that said my mom never believed me, even if it was just one comment, but it was so many, I knew I did the right thing. I knew putting the video out was the right thing. God has shown me over and over that this has been the right thing. And for everybody who wants to say, I need to take a break, please write me a check for me to take a break from taking care of my children.
That's the part
Please
that
do.
got me.
That's what I have to say about that. Okay? So I'm going to continue to show up. I'm going to continue to speak my truth. I'm going to continue to be obedient, because obedience is better than sacrifice. And I'm going to continue to do what I'm called to do, regardless of how anybody feels about it, because God is using me and I'm just here to do what he tells me to do. I'm going to continue to do so.
Is it you right now? Are you pretty much do you have full custody of your 5 babies?
Yes, through the protective order, I do. Yes.
Okay. So
Now, I'm going to turn my camera on. Hold on, let me see if I can, what to call it. Trying to see if I can turn it around. I can't turn it around, but I'm going to let you hear everything else she said. Hold on. People say God wanted everyone to see this video. God is bigger than the algorithm. My God is bigger than the algorithm. God is it. So everybody who, it seems like you're more mad that the video went viral than anything. Because if it got 2 views, you wouldn't be talking about why are you on here, you know? Now that's perspective. Yeah, and again, shout out to you. Thank you so much for joining us. And guys, hit the sub button, because this is what helps us to command. Hold on, let me see. This man is not paying any. Okay, here we go. Just for part. Curious. I mean, is there anything that you want to say to the people before we go ahead and let you go? We appreciate you. No, really, and if you're. We appreciate you. No, really. Hold on, y'all. Listen, I don't know. Hold on. Yes, through the protective order, I do. Yes. Okay. I was trying not to get to play again, but if y'all do the replay, sorry. I've been trying to get all of this rap because I want my opinion on it. I want to get my opinion. Oh my gosh, we've been struggling so bad. This man is not paying any type of support on time. He sends some of it. I didn't take. I mean, now I want to debunk that. Because you guys know, when I went into the court documents, I always try to get into the court documents of Maryland, honey. The court documents of Maryland, honey, not Facebook court documents. Not anybody else. The court document of Maryland, honey. The court document of Maryland, and I have to debunk that she said that that's not true, and I'm going to tell you why. Because of the fact is that basically he has to keep up her lifestyle, meaning money for how she lives. She has the house. She didn't move out. He's back in allegedly, from what I was told, and that's what was said on there. Also, I think she did get back into the house because he had to come back and get some things. So she has the house, the car. There's money that's given to her, the child support, things of that nature. So, me and other content creators, we don't know what the heck she's talking about when it comes to the GoFundMe and she need money. We trying to figure out how, like what's really going on. Now we're gonna continue about how she so claim made what she made off this YouTube platform. A month from YouTube. When she said $100 a month, y'all. I had nothing. Nothing. I still am fighting every day. Even GoFundMe. I don't know what's wrong with them. They won't even let me get the money out. I don't know if people have been reporting it or being weird. The devil has been working so hard. People just don't know. And it's because God is using me. God wants me to tell this story. And the enemy gets mad every single time. And it's worth it. Well, if you appreciate you. No, it really, and if you're, and listen, I don't know where you stand, but for all my people in support, I want you to go ahead and support. It's fine, baby. She's taken care of at this point. So go ahead. I like how they did this. Pull up the Cash App. I think you've already had it on your channel. I think people already been supporting on GoFundMe, but Cash App, here's how we going. That's the wrong Cash App. One. Wrong one. Pull up the second one. That's ours. Yeah, just pull up. Hit ours too. Hit both up. That's funny, but yeah, this is how you take care of ISIS here on the channel. That's on the screen here. When you want to go ahead and take care of the sister here,
Yeah. And again, I just appreciate you for coming out here. Absolutely. Thank you for having the courage to come, share your story. And I know a lot of people have different feedback, but guys.
Okay, y'all heard that. That don't sound like I don't know where the God fearing woman come from. And one thing I want to say is that she's blaming Shira Seven for a lot of things. Um, Shira Seven has been getting flack because of this young lady. She keeps blaming her. And my thing is, I don't understand why she keeps blaming her. Um, hold on, y'all. And that's where I'm at with it. My thing is this: I think she's trying to do, a lot of people call it destiny swap. I think she's trying to take on this and use it as a cash grab and say, you know what, I'm going to use Share Seven name because that's basically who taught me to do this. And Share Seven has never once, and I wanted to bump this because a lot of people are saying, oh, that's who taught y'all. Let me tell you this: Share Seven has never taught that young woman to do things of that nature. Share Seven has never taught her to do that. Share Seven content is not about that. Never at all. So we're gonna go trophy wife. And I don't know why she felt like that was her content. I don't. And I don't know why she keep blaming Shira and that's not her. So we're gonna go. Oh, somebody said she's a beautiful liar. I want y'all to catch some of these content creators. And a lot of people saying this is all fall and sprinkle sprinkle. No, it's not. I don't feel like she should be blamed for that because she's never taught that. Um, let's see. Oh, another thing I want to debunk. She's not the fourth wife. She is the third. Yes, they supposedly still have content video. I mean content. Sorry, they still have. He still had his dating site up. That's what I meant to say. I'm trying to find her old videos, y'all. Old videos. Her real name is not Isis. It's Paloma. That is her real name. That's so Paloma is her name. Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to find it. Let me see, because I want you guys to hear this. Um, okay, it's a short, and this is from a content creator. If you want to go see it, her name is Nyla True Crime Corner. She is on YouTube. We're gonna get into it. Hold on. Hey, trophies. So today I want to talk about having an abundance mindset when it comes to men. So men are natural hunters and predators. They smell fear. They can tell if you're scared to walk away. So don't ever be afraid to walk away if they're not treating you right. Know your worth and that. So somebody said that in age really didn't. So when I hear her sit here and basically say, "Oh, well, it was God and all that," a lot of people call BS because of the fact was that when she do her content, um, she basically say how you need to act like a trophy wife, what you need to do as a trophy wife, um, no hair on your arms and all of this and that nature and things of that. She also has there was a video came out where I even shared it on here where she, was doing her makeup or whatever, and as she's doing her makeup, the child is, hollering in the back. Yeah, it's a lot of that. So I'm kind of like, okay. But I think that she did that interview to rebrand herself. And a lot of people are saying that, they're feeling like, yeah, go check out Nyla. She got all the tea and I love it. And I'm about to give her a subscribe to her channel, and I want you guys to go check her out as well. Nyla's True Crime Story. Um but yeah, a lot of people are blaming Shira Seven is for this young lady demise. And I feel as though you cannot blame Shira Seven, honey. We just seen the interview for ourselves. You cannot blame that young lady. You can't blame, yes, I call Shira Seven a young lady. You can't blame her. You cannot blame her. This woman took no accountability, no accountability for like the things that she's done. She's taken no accountability for the things that she let happen. She has taken no accountability for any of that. And now she wants everybody to have sympathy for her. And I can't, because at some point you went to marry this man because you was about to be put out on the street. Instead of you sitting here saying, you know what? I need to figure out something for myself as a mother so my children can be okay. I need to figure out things that need to be done so my children can be, you know, done well, have whatever needs to be had. But it's fact as her sitting here and acting like I have to blame Shira Seven. I can't hold the accountability on my own. That to me is a red flag. I feel like what she should have said was, you know what, I made that mistake moving in with him. I should have thought about that. I should have never did that. I don't know what made me feel like as a mother to make that decision. And I want young women to be aware, or women with children to be aware that even though we have children, we still need to be careful, and we still need to be mindful of who we have our children with. That we people would be like, you know what? Okay, she take accountability. She didn't see the signs. Okay, we're gonna move forward. Like they would have took that. But when you sit here and go, oh, well, and then try to downplay the relationship, it just doesn't fit well. So I don't I really don't know what else to say. I wish I did this early because I did wanted other people opinions. But if you guys could share opinions and down in the comment section, that'd be great. If you watch the replay, I'm sorry I had a little hiccups here and there. I want to know your thoughts on this. Do you feel like she need to be held accountable? I feel like she wasn't held accountable. Well, first of all, I'm not gonna say they didn't hold her accountable, but if they didn't hold her, and I'm gonna say this, if they did hold her accountable, then a lot of people be like, they're being rude to women, this and that. Shout out to Hardly Initiative. They did initiate it. I'm sorry. They did a great job on this interview. Very, very wonderful, superb. They held their own. They held her, they asked questions. You could tell they wanted to say other things and they didn't, and they let her tell those things to say and show things of how she felt. So shout out to them. They did a great job, and I don't put that past them. That was very great journalism. They did their research. Um, I feel like they did what they had to do. And I felt like they didn't nail the coffin down on her. The comments did that. And baby, a lot of people, even me, when I saw her crying, I'm like, girl, I don't know if you're interviewing, this is not CNN or uh Fox 5 or Fox 13 or what's that show? The Dateline. This is not none of that. Okay? This isn't for the Lifetime, the story told on ISIS Paloma. This ain't that. And I wish she started telling people her real name and why she changed it. It's just a lot of red flags to me. Is that man exempt? Hell no, he ain't exempt. 'Cause first of all, you out here tricking and driving, trying to get with other people. That's a red flag. What she should have did, what she should have sat there and talk something. She was first recant, not to talk to me. Talking about the first wife, baby. You act like you was better than them because we knew how you talked about the ex-girlfriend. You should have sat there and had a conversation with the wives in the begin with when you first started dating. And that's where you messed up. It's okay to say, I messed up. I did. I put my children in harm's way. I had to apologize to myself for something I did a long time ago, and my niece, for not felt like I put them in harm's way when I found out some information. And I owned up to that as a mother and as an aunt. And I will never do that again. Ever. Never ever. I learned my lesson. It took me one time, baby. That was it. And then for her to say, "Oh, well, I do want to have more kids down the line," Paloma, aka Isis, baby, you got a lot of work to do before you sit here and say you want to have more children. First, your emotions ain't under control. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not saying that because of the children. Paloma, one of the things that was said when I watched this interview, and I heard when I watched Sunday, and you guys go watch her on YouTube, honey. When I watched how Sunday was saying there were family members saying that this is how they be vicious, is arguing and fighting, allegedly, she said allegedly. It came to me that it was true because she did a whole break. Y'all gotta go watch all her videos. She did a whole breakdown. And it's crazy because when I watched it and I thought about it, I was like, wait, it got to be some truth that when they do fight each other and get into arguments, it get nasty. And who does that remind us of? They remind us of Brianna and LaTrue's situation. And women like that have to take accountability and stop moving on so fast because they feel like being a single mother is a problem. Baby, let me tell you something. Even single with children or not, it's still going to be an issue in somebody's eyes, and you are still a prey. If you don't have children, men want to knock you up. If you do have children, you can have one or none. Men want to either knock you up or prey on you for certain things. And that's just like what Peach McIntyre said here on her thing and said that's why she not divorced. But if y'all really think about it with Peach McIntyre, she's still being preyed on by her baby daddy, aka her husband. So it's something that they need to work on in order so they can know these things and pay attention to these things and be very well aware and have discernment and then move accordingly. I hope you guys have a great night, rest of your morning. I will see you guys later. I'm going to go in here, take me a shower, take me a Benadryl, honey, because I got to be to work later on today. I'm going to try to be more on time and more consistent because when it comes to topics like this, I do want us to have a dialogue, open dialogue in the chat. Um, like I said, don't worry. I'm gonna have us a better setup. Trust and believe me. I'm gonna get one and we're gonna have a better good old time. So I see you guys next Saturday. Thank you for watching.